Let us start.
Yeah, sir.
I will share the screen now. Okay, started.
Just started.
So today we have new topic, which is not moment of inertia. I thought it will be moment of inertia, but it is not moment of inertia. They are saying excluding moment of inertia. So we have to discuss torque
Yes, sir.
and also we have to discuss rotational kinematics. These two things. Torque and rotational kinematics we have to discuss.
Sir, paper discussion.
Paper discussion we can discuss paper then. What do you want? Paper discussion first?
Sir,
Then give me
today
paper
we
one
will
scene.
see the
Okay,
Paper
one scene.
paper.
discussion. Paper discussion.
Today we have mains, sir.
Paper discussion first.
Paper discussion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Today you have mains also
Yes,
in
sir.
the
We
evening.
have, sir.
We are having exam, sir.
We have, sir.
For mains.
Okay, wait a second. Then if you want paper discussion, I can do that also.
It is
What is
11.
time now?
This is not
Yes, it is, sir.
this
11
second first year paper, I
This,
think.
this is first year paper. Wait a second. Let me
Yes,
check
sir.
once that. I think this one maybe.
Yes, sir.
This one is the
the
paper.
Yes, sir.
So which question you want to discuss? Tell me.
Sixth one, sir.
A frictionless uniform ring of mass m and radius b is kept on a frictionless horizontal surface. Uniform disk of mass m and radius a is initially projected with velocity u at an angle theta with the radial line joining the centers. E is given as 0.5. Initial angular velocity of the disk is 0. Choose the incorrect statements. After a long time, disk will be moving with constant speed. After a long time, what will happen? The whole structure containing the disk and the ring, these will be moving around the common center of mass. Its velocity will become 0 with respect to center of mass or not? Whose velocity? Velocity of small m.
Velocity of small.
Velocity of small, and because there is no external force acting on the system, so their center of mass will keep on moving in a straight line. Wherever it is moving, I don't know, but it will be moving in a straight line. Is it true or not? Center of mass will be moving in a straight line or not?
Yes, sir.
If center of mass is moving always in a straight line, and one more thing, the speed of m will be along the tangent of this. It will be moving along tangent because the coefficient of rotation, every time its speed will keep on decreasing along the normal, along the radial direction. And along radial direction, if every time it keeps on decreasing, after a long time, v relative along radial direction will become v relative along the relative direction will become 0. So it will just move in circle with respect to center of mass. But they are not talking about with respect to center of mass. They are just saying that in ground frame was means directly when it is mentioned and understood in ground frame only. So in ground frame, we have this situation. Let us take the circle to be like a point particle m and one is another m, and in the middle of these two there will be center of mass. Center of mass is moving in a straight line, and the distance from the center of mass to one body center and to the other body center will remain constant always. That cannot change because that is fixed distance always. It will be moving along the radius and center will be at a fixed distance, so this distance will remain fixed. If distance remains fixed, then what path A can follow about the center of mass? It can follow only circular path.
Circular
What
path.
path it can follow? Circular path.
Circular path.
And if it is following circular path, then we have this situation now. Velocity of center of mass in one direction and velocity of A with respect to center of mass. That will be in a circle. Velocity of A with respect to center of mass will be in a circle. So we know that there will be different situations. VAC will be backwards also. VAC will be in the same direction also. If it is in the same direction, then it will become VC plus VAC. And if it is in backward direction, then it will become VC minus VAC. So in some cases, these speeds will increase. In some cases, it will decrease, but it will not remain constant. It will keep on changing throughout the motion. The speed will not remain constant. Okay.
Okay.
So So the speed will not be remaining constant. It will be changing throughout. So A cannot be the answer.
Sir, but they asked after long time, that means we did.
After a long
Sir,
time,
with respect to the central mass, it was going in same direction, sir.
with respect to center mass, how is it in same direction? If it is circle in circle, how can that direction be same in circle? Really?
Okay, sir.
If something is moving in a circle, then how can it be same direction? Tell me.
And
Center of mass is moving in a straight line, but with respect to center of mass, this is moving in a
Center of
circle. So they
mass
have
is
different
circle
directions.
now. Yes, sir.
So they have different directions. Sometimes this will add up. Sometimes this is velocity of center of mass. This is velocity of A point P with respect to center of mass. Then velocity of P with respect to C plus velocity of C. That will be velocity of point P. Then that will be sometimes more, sometimes less. It cannot be constant. No, it will not remain constant. Understood?
yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our A will be answered because incorrect statement we have to choose, right? After a long
Yes,
time,
sir.
accelerations of the disk will be of constant magnitude. Will the acceleration be of constant magnitude after a long time? Let us check once. Acceleration of the disk will be of, I think this is correct only. Acceleration of the disk will be of constant magnitude, so it will not be our answer. Is it right or not? Because this, if something is moving in a circular path, then its acceleration has to be, and moving with constant speed also, then its acceleration has to be constant. So B is correct, therefore it will not be our answer. B will not be answer, answer will be A. B will not be the answer. Because the centripetal accelerations will be constant, magnitude wise it is constant, direction wise it will not be constant, but magnitude wise it will be constant. So B will not be the answer. Okay. C. After a long time, radius of curvature of the path followed by disk will be of constant magnitude. Radius of curvature will not be of constant magnitude. Why? Because radius of curvature is v square upon acceleration.
Yes, sir.
And when acceleration is of constant magnitude, but v is of variable magnitude, then their radius of curvature cannot remain constant. So C is wrong. So A and C will be answer. A and C will be answer. After a long time, a definite point on the disk will come in contact with a definite point on the ring periodically. I think D is also correct statement. If it is correct statement, then D will be not our.
They will not be our answer, sir.
D will not be our answer.
So I was saying that D is an answer.
Huh? What?
D.
On D what?
How periodically it will come in contact with same.
Let me think whether it will come periodically and say the same or not. Let us say it is moving in a circular path, right? If it is moving in a
Yes,
circular
sir.
path here, this way, and this way, it is coming here, right? So, with respect to center, if I assume its motion, if this is point A here, and
Yes,
this is
sir.
point B on the disk, then A and B are touching now, and when it comes here again, then again A and B will touch now.
Okay, sir.
After every one circle, they will keep on touching each other again and again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Or we can think in this way also. If I observe with respect to the center, it is a simple motion in a circular path only. So this point will come again with this, and it will touch it after what time? After T time period, whatever the time period of circular motion will be. After that time, it will touch it again.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So means what is the answer then? Answer will be A and C.
Yes, C.
A and C.
Answer is given as ABC, sir.
A.
It is given answer ABC.
Yes, sir. Correct only.
A is right answer. Correct. A is wrong answer, so it will be answer. B is, I think, right. So B will not be the answer, I think. So after a long time, acceleration of the disk will be. A and C will be the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, it will be.
After a long time, acceleration of the disk will be of
Yes.
constant magnitude. This is correct.
A
It will
is
be of
only
constant magnitude
correct,
only.
sir.
So A and C will be the answer then. A and C will be the answer because they are asking incorrect statement. So A and C will be the answer.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Sir, once more.
Question number 7. Yes.
Second question.
Second question. Yes.
Option B, sir.
Option D.
Option B.
The chain of length
Then.
B. Work done the force to completely lift up the chain. Work done will be becoming what? Work done will be equal to by the force which we are pulling it. This force will be equal to here. Constant velocity, I think. Constant velocity. Then lambda v square downwards. And lambda is here, rho only. Rho v square downwards. And other than that, downward force is also something means change change in potential energy, we can say. So work done by this will be equal to change in potential energy of this mass, and also work done against lambda v square. So work
By
done against
thrust
lambda v square
process.
will be lambda v square into L.
Lambda v square L. MgL by
L,
2.
that will be
Yes,
work done
sir.
against it, and mgl by 2. So right only?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right only. Okay. Next. That's it.
Sir, fifth question.
3 identical small discs rest on frictionless horizontal floor. One of them is projected along the floor so that successfully collide with the other two. Thereafter move in horizontal direction with half of its initial speed. Assume the floor to be xy plane. Small discs. Identical also. And I am hearing some noise, background noise.
P. Kumar Chagant.
Kumar Chagant.
Please mute him.
Kumar Chaganti.
3 small discs at rest on the frictionless horizontal floor. One of them is projected along the floor to successfully collide with the other two. Thereafter move in. I think it is missing here. E is equal to 1. It is not mentioned. Elastic collision is not mentioned here.
We can take that.
Hmm?
Generally, we will take without any mention the elastic.
No, not like that. It is mistake. But they are saying which of the following are possible velocities.
That we can find by E only, sir.
Possible is okay. Possible means it is possible even if I can take one of the option that is equal to 1, then it is possible only. No? They are just talking about which of these is possible. So they are not saying that whether it is possible for elastic or it is possible for inelastic. If it is possible, then we have to answer that. That yes, it will be possible. So for elastic collision, it is possible. In this way, we can tell. This is one here. And then we have 3 identical small discs at rest. So one here, let us say one
Mute
here.
him, sir.
I cannot mute that boy, can mute only. I have no control over him. Co-host. Co-host is also not listening to me. Mute him.
Okay, sir.
This, it is coming from here, this side, and then turning back again this way, right? One is projected, 2 other are at rest. Let us say A is projected and B and C are at rest. So it is colliding this way, and then in this way it is moving. So then, which of the following cases we are having? We are having these cases possible. 1, 2. Let us say it goes here and then went here and then went here, right? So half of its initial speed it has to move with half of its initial speed. If it has to move with half of its initial speed, then it means this angle is what here? Let us say this was the line of impact, LOI, and this one, sorry, this is not line of impact. Let me take another direction. Let's say this is how they are colliding. This is the line of impact. This was coming from this side, and then it went this side and this side. You know that in this way it can move, and then here when it goes and strikes with the other one, then may move in some other direction, and this may move in with the half of the speed here. If it is moving with half of the speed here in this direction, right, then we can say u theta u cos theta u sin theta. If it will be taking this component, it will retain, other component will make u sin theta. Then when it collides again, once again it collides, then what it will do now? Then again it will be, it was moving in this direction. This angle was theta. And then it will make it. Now, in place of in place. So this is the line of impact now. This should be the line of impact second time. So what angle it makes with the line of impact? It will be making an angle theta with the line of impact. And what it will be making perpendicular to line of impact, 90 minus theta. Then what velocity it will retain? It will retain now u cos theta sin theta velocity it will retain in upward direction. And in horizontal direction it will become, in horizontal direction I think it will become u cos theta, u cos square theta.
Cos square theta, sir.
So u cos square theta is equal to u by 2. Right, u cos square theta is equal to u by 2, then theta should be 45-degree angle. So it is possible that theta is 45 degree, then one of these will become u by 2 in horizontal direction, and other one will become in vertical direction.
U by 2 sin
Whatever. It will become what? Sin theta cos theta. That will also be same thing only. Sin theta cos theta is also sin, because it is 45 only. So same in vertical direction also it will become 0.5 u. If in horizontal direction it is 0.5 u. So this side it is becoming 0.5 u I cap. This side also it is becoming 0.5 u j cap. Similarly, now I can take a reflection of this in downward direction. Means I'm assuming it went up, but it may be going slightly little below, so it may be going down. And if it starts going down, and other mass is also downside only, then just inverse of these are also possible. Means it can have velocities 0.5 into u along I cap, and another one will be 0.5 of point. Don't talk. I'm taking glass. Then it will be 0.5 into u into I plus j. Is it I plus j? For the first one I'm talking about. The first one they are saying which of the following possible velocities are the of one of the other two disks after collision. So other two disks I have to see, right? This one and the other one. On one, the impulse is acting this side, and on the other, the impulse is acting in which direction? In this direction. The first one acquired what velocity? It acquired velocity u by root 2. And again, I have to take two components, theta 45. If I take again a horizontal component, then it will become u by root 2 into 1 by root 2.
1 by root 2, u by 2.
And downside also u by root 2 into 1 by root 2, downside also. So it will become u by 2 into I cap minus j cap. And similarly, same thing can happen when something is hitting from below and it is going up. Okay, so both, see, wait a second, let me, I think I need, this is not sufficient. I'm not able to write it properly. Again, I'm rubbing it. So let me take a new page only for this. Wait a second. Let me try it here. Here I should write. Which question we were discussing? Question number 5.
Yes, sir.
See, something like this it is happening here. These are colliding here this way. So this is the line of, this is the, let us say, wait a second, let me.
Initial, no, sir.
Wait a second. This is the first line of impact, let us. And this is how this ball A collides with B, and then it went that side. Then collided with the other one, and then it went, the other one started going this side, right? And they start going with 0.5 of, no, this other one does not start going this side, but this other one start going up, and A only went this side. A collided with C went up, and A went this side, right? And this side it became u sin theta cos theta or whatever it is. And this side it became u cos square theta.
U cos theta.
U sin theta cos theta. And what about this one? This one will be, now it was coming with u speed here. This is angle theta. It will gain here speed as u sin theta. B will gain u sin theta. B will gain u sin theta speed. So u sin theta has again to be resolved into two components, one along I cap and one along minus j cap. Then it will become, this is theta again. So it, in vertical direction, it will become u sin theta cos theta downwards. And in horizontal direction, it will become u sin square theta. I think u sine square theta. So what it is finally, u sine theta cos theta is also u by 2, and u sine square theta is also u by 2. One is along I cap and the other is along minus j cap. That is how these are acquiring the velocities, right? So means all of these are possible. There is nothing like these velocities cannot be there. These are possible. These are quite possible. This is for one when it is colliding from above. If it is colliding from below, then it will be going upward, and then again it will be possible, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Means the component of j cap can be inverted. J cap can be inverted here.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Next. Question number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 7.
9.
Ninth
Some
one.
answer I'm not it.
Ninth one you are not getting answer.
Seventh
This
one
one.
not getting.
Okay. This is coming from above and colliding here with the ground. While it collides with the ground, I think I told you this how to do. This is coming with u downwards and it will be going up with u upwards.
Go upwards.
So what speed it will provide it? It will provide the speed to this in this direction. It will have what speeds here.
U cos theta.
So this angle makes with vertical, it is what angle? Theta. Then I can say that relative speed was 2u. If relative speed is 2u, then relative speed of separation will also be 2u. Along this direction, it will be 2u cos theta. So it will become 3u cos theta relative speed. Why? Because, sorry, speed will be 3u cos theta. With the relative speed will be 2u cos theta. It is 1 and it is 2. So velocity of 1 with respect to 2 will be equal to 2u. Along normal, I have to write. Along normal, it will be 2u cos theta. Along normal, it will be 2u cos theta. So what will be the relative velocity? V1 along? Wait a second.
Normal.
See, okay, let me do it properly. I'm actually thinking about two things also. That one thing I'm thinking I should take everything properly, but then I'm thinking less time will be left for the next week's syllabus. So I'm trying to hurry, but if I'm hurrying, then you are not understanding anything. Wait a second. Let me do it slowly only then. See,
Understood, sir. You already
You
discussed
said this some set
so
before.
you can understand
Olympiad.
then. You can understand it seems. Then it will be what here? It will be 3u cos theta. You understand that part?
Yes,
This
sir.
side it will
Yes,
be
sir.
Yes, sir.
U
sin
sin
theta.
Sin
This side will be
theta.
U
sin
sin
theta.
theta.
Then
Yes,
what
sir.
we will be getting now? Then we will be getting here. It is theta. Then this side I think it will be 90 minus theta. This side it will be theta. Then take vertical component now. Vertical component uy will be what? Uy will be 3u cos theta sin theta. 3u cos theta,
Cos theta,
cos square
sin
theta,
theta.
sorry. Cos square theta and
Cos, yes, sir.
minus u sin square theta.
U
Minus u
sin square.
sin square theta.
Sin
This is
square.
uy and ux is equal to 3u cos theta sin theta plus u sin theta cos theta. So it becomes 4u sin theta cos theta.
for U sin theta.
That is ux. Then we get ux into 2uy by g will be the range. So we can get the range easily from here. 4u
What, sir?
sin theta into cos theta into 2u into this whole thing. 2uy now I have to write here. So I think you can do it now. Just write 2uy from here and then
Okay, sir.
get the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can get the horizontal range.
What,
Next,
sir?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
14, sir.
15,
14, sir.
14,
Okay,
sir.
question number 14 I will do. Wait a second. In question number 14, see here, this was a horizontal string and from here it is released, and let us say while it is released, it makes an angle theta here when it collides. So as it is colliding, this initial velocity will be making what angle here? What angle will it be making here with this? This is theta. This is 90-degree angle. So this will become theta or not?
Yes, sir.
If it is incident at theta, because the first collision is elastic. Elastic means it will reflect back with theta angle only. what angle
Yes,
it will be
sir.
making with the horizontal? It will be making angle with the horizontal as theta, right? So if
Yeah,
it is
yes,
making
sir.
with horizontal theta, then when
Yes,
we
sir.
and it comes here and it
Same
strikes here. So
velocity it
what is
will
the
go down.
horizontal range that it covers? Horizontal range that it covers is equal to L
U
sine theta,
square sine 2 theta. Yes, sir. L
and
sine
that I
theta.
can write as U
U
2
square
U
sine 2 theta.
sine theta cos theta divided by
2u square, sir, that is.
that.
Yes, sir.
So if I equate with sine theta, then what do we get? Now L sine theta. If I equate this with L sine theta, then I get
We get sine theta cancels.
then we get cos theta from here. I think so.
Yes, sir. That is gl
What?
by 2u square, sir.
Cos theta is equal to GL by
gl by 2u square.
2u square. And what was the half u square? Half mu square kinetic energy gained by it was equal to potential energy lost by it. Potential energy is equal to mg into L cos theta.
Yes, sir.
So from here also we are getting u square term. U square term is coming out to be
Root 2gl cos.
what is
2gl cos.
root 2. Then we can write it as GL
Then we can
by
find theta from there.
Root gl cos theta we get, I think.
4GL cos theta. 4GL cos theta. Then cos square theta we are getting as cos square theta is equal to 1 by 4. So theta is coming out to be 60 degree.
Theta
60, sir.
Theta we are getting 60 degree. After getting theta, then you can get the maximum height also. And after getting maximum height, what we will do next? Next, this will now move in a. After this, it will just move in a horizontal direction. It will
Yes,
move in
sir.
a
Up
horizontal
to
direction.
when the
And
big
then
string becomes taut.
up to this side. And when the string becomes taut here, then it was coming with u cos theta speed at up to that time.
Sir.
But from here, suddenly the speed will change to this is 90 minus theta. This is again theta. Suddenly it will change to u cos square
U
theta.
cos theta, sir. Yes, sir.
Cos square.
U cos square theta. Component of its component along this direction. Now it is already u cos theta this side. Now it will change into u cos square theta. Okay. So u cos square theta will make it rise up to what height? That will make it rise up to height. I can again write half m into u cos square u square
Equal
cos
to
sorry u cos
potential
square
energy,
theta
sir.
whole
Half
square.
m into
That is
u
equal to
cos
potential
theta
energy.
whole
That is equal to mg into h dash
L cos theta.
or y. Mg into y. Mg into y. That will be mg into y.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So we can find y from here. Right?
Theta is 60 degrees. Sir.
Sir, there half m into u cos theta whole square or cos square theta.
Cos square theta whole square. Yes, sir.
Here velocity itself is cos square theta. No, here velocity itself after it here when the string becomes taut, this was u cos theta. Before it was u here, and then it was u up to this also. It was theta, and then when it strikes here, then the normal component of velocity was vanished. Then what velocity only remained after this? After this only u cos theta velocity remained.
Yes, sir. That u
And
cos
this
theta component is u cos square theta.
This component of u cos theta again is u cos square theta. That remains along the this tangent side. So it will make it rise up. So therefore I can write half of m into u cos square theta whole square is equal to mg into y. So we can get y from here. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Understood or not? If miss, see, I am trying to. Yes.
What?
Say.
Understood, sir.
Okay, fine then. Question number 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then right. Then let us start the next week's topic then. Better to start now if this is done. So I think how many key changes we are expecting? We are expecting 3 key changes, I think, right? 2 key changes or 3? 3.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 2, sir.
2 we are expecting, huh? Okay, let us see. So next, this week's syllabus we have rotational mechanics. Wait a second.
This time we unit test, sir. This week.
This week we have to again revise these all things, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Full collision.
Full collisions again. So we will start with the new one here. And where is that?
Torque and rotational mechanics. Last ones.
This one, right? Torque and rotational kinematics. So rotational kinematics has things which I already told you before only. First of all, we will be discussing rotational kinematics of rigid bodies. What do we mean by rigid bodies? Let me just write a formal definition for rigid bodies. Rigid bodies. What are rigid
G.
bodies?
RIG.
Rigid bodies are those bodies.
They are rigid.
Rigid.
Sorry. Rigid bodies are those bodies
Which have a particular shape.
which the shape of which is well defined and it does not change with time. Or I can say that distance between A and B, any 2 points A and B on the body should remain constant. Distance between any 2 points will remain constant. Will remain constant with time. Or same thing I can say in another way now. If distance between these two is remaining constant, then I can say that motion of one particle, let us say A, with respect to B, motion of A with respect to B will be
Circular path.
not circular, will be spherical also. It should be possible. If it is in one plane, if it is a planar motion, then it will be circular. Otherwise, it will be like A
Otherwise,
will be at the center.
three-dimensional means sphere, sir.
Three-dimensional means it will be like a sphere. A can move
Yes, sir.
anywhere on the sphere. So motion of A with respect to B will be like motion of A on a sphere with B at center. Will be like motion of A on surface of sphere with B at the center. At the center. So it will be that kind of motion. B will be at the center and motion of A will be on the surface of the sphere, because the distance in this case also R will be fixed. This distance will not be changing. It is fixed distance. So that will happen for such cases. Motion of A with respect to B will be like motion of A on the surface of a sphere with B at its center. Is it okay?
Okay.
Right? Next. So these 2 points are related to each other. Means from one only we can say the other also. If distance will remain fixed, then same thing will happen. This thing will also happen. So now we will be analyzing always like that only. Even within this, one point will come when it will be just a circular motion. If the plane of motion, of line joining AB is same, then the motion of A with respect to B will be circular motion. Then it will be circular motion. Okay? Because if it is in same plane, then it has to be circular, right? You are not hearing?
Hearing
Audible, sir.
audible only.
Screen share stopped.
Stop the screen share, sir.
No, I
Screen share
stopped it just to see, because I was thinking that you are not able to hear. Wait a second. So if the plane of the motion of the line joining AB is same, then the motion of A with respect to B will be in circular motion. Now, I'm not saying that it is uniform circular motion. Don't get such wrong ideas. It could be any kind of circular motion, but it has to be circular motion. If AB is always in the same plane, the plane does
Yes,
not
sir.
change. But I'm talking
One
about
doubt.
motion of A with respect to B. I can say opposite also. I can say motion of B with
Motion of B
respect
with
to
respect
A.
to A also same, sir.
That is also
Same.
same thing only. A with respect to B, B with respect to A. Both are same. Both are circular motion and both are like motion on a
Sir.
sphere. Somebody wants to ask something? Yes.
A and B are having same velocity.
No, not necessarily same velocities. B may be at rest, A may be moving, or B may be having V1 velocity.
Okay, sir, okay.
This may have V2 velocity, or this may also happen that at some instant of time, if they are moving with, if it is a translatory motion, if all points on this body are having same velocities, then it means V1 is equal to V2. Then it means it is just a translatory motion. Then they
Okay,
are not
sir.
rotating. Then there is no rotation involved. Then it will be that condition in which it will not be just motion on a sphere, but it will be like A will remain at rest with respect to B and B will remain at rest with respect to A. When will these will remain at rest with respect to each other? When the velocities are not
Equal
unequal,
velocities, sir.
but we have equal velocities.
Equal
Then these will
velocity.
remain at rest with respect to each other. That is also possible. Either they will remain at rest or their motion will be that of a motion
Relative
on a
velocity
sphere.
becomes 0.
Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
Next, from here only, we are able to reach very large number of conclusions just from this simple thing only, very, very large number of conclusions. First of all, I will take that simple case in which we are taking motion is in one plane. In fact, rigid body motion up to your syllabus. Exceptional case was there when in once in IIT they asked that question. That was just by mistake. IIT committed a mistake. They should not have asked. But actual syllabus is only motion in one plane, rigid body motion in one plane. But few questions I will take which are not confined to one plane, just to be sure that even if they ask questions based on those that idea also, then also you should be able to do. But mostly I will be confining the motion within one plane only.
What did they do, sir, in that year?
In that year they did not do anything. They made compromise. They did not delete the question also, and they, although it was a wrong question, in fact, not only that they gave it out of syllabus, but moreover the question was also wrong. Means it was not stated properly, mistakes were there, and but they did made the compromise and nobody challenged them. So I think we went with that wrong question only till now. Okay.
Okay,
We are stuck with that wrong question, but otherwise it is wrong. I will discuss that question in detail, no need to worry. But anyway, the point is that mainly we are discussing which kind of problem now. We are discussing all those cases in which this motion will remain within same plane. If the motion remains in same plane, then it is so simple for us to analyze. Velocity of A with respect to B will be, because it is moving in a circular path about B. So this radius will remain constant. And then I can say VAB is equal to R into omega, whatever angular speed is. So I can find that angular speed by this formula. VAB is equal to just R into omega. Very simple. Is it right or not?
Yes,
VAB
sir.
is equal to R into omega. One.
right, sir.
Second equation I can write centripetal acceleration. What is the centripetal acceleration formula? Acceleration of A with respect to B, centripetal acceleration will be equal to, I can write
Omega
omega
square
square R,
Omega
or
square R.
I can write
V square
VAB
by R.
square
Whole
by
square by
R.
R.
Both.
Yes, sir.
But this is which kind of acceleration? This is the acceleration of AB in the line joining AB direction. It is along AB. It is parallel to line joining AB. So I can call it VAB parallel. It is parallel to the line joining AB. Okay. I can call it VAB parallel. It is means we should remember which I am talking as parallel. Parallel means here somebody may think that I will call parallel that axis which is parallel to velocity, and this one I will call as perpendicular. That also we can think parallel to velocity we can call parallel, then this will become perpendicular. But I am thinking, because we are talking about points A and B, so first thing which comes to our mind is that AB will be one axis and the other axis will be perpendicular to this. So I am calling this as parallel axis, and the perpendicular to this I am calling as perpendicular axis. So along the parallel axis, acceleration of A with respect to B along parallel axis comes out to be just centripetal acceleration, and the formula for centripetal acceleration is VAB square by R. Sorry, here I am analyzing in a different way. I am assuming A to be at rest and B is moving about A. So I can say opposite also. I can say now it is not acceleration of A with respect to B. I am assuming A to be at center. See, observe from the diagram, you can tell what I thought. I am taking A here and I am resolving it into components in this space for velocity of B. So I can say velocity of B with respect to A square by AB, or R distance is nothing but AB, that is equal to acceleration of B with respect to A, but in which direction only?
Parallel axis.
What about acceleration of B with respect to A in perpendicular to AB direction? Perpendicular to AB direction, if I have to observe, that is just a tangential acceleration which will be equal to AB into alpha, R alpha. R alpha formula, you know, for this, because it is just like circular motion. So whatever formula we have for circular motion, same will be applicable here also, in perpendicular direction as well as in parallel direction also. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Good, sir.
So just R alpha. It is tangential acceleration. We can say it is tangential acceleration, and this one is centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. So it is simple only, very simple only. Right now,
ABA
yes. What happened?
ABA parallel you told me, sir. The diagram once it's
VBA parallel.
ABS, sir.
I said this is parallel axis. This is one axis I have taken along AB line. I can choose this as one axis, no?
Yes, sir.
I can
Okay.
choose this is my one axis and this is other axis. Means you can consider it as x axis, y axis, but I think parallel seems natural because it is parallel to AB, and perpendicular seems natural. It is perpendicular to AB line, and we are
So
thinking
here-
about AB.
Here we took AS center, sir.
Here I am taking AS center. I said we can take BS center. See, when it is with respect to B, then we are taking BS center. When it is with respect to A, then we are taking AS center. Here it is relative to A. In the above case, here it was relative to B.
Please.
So I have switched the case. I said that we can, if B is moving with respect to A in a circular path, then A is also moving with respect to B in a circular path. It is same only. If B is moving with respect to A in circular path, then A is also moving with respect to B in a circular path. Understood or not?
Understood, sir.
Okay, but one thing which many students don't understand, I will ask you, you tell me this question now. A is moving in circular path with respect to B. A is moving in circular path with respect to B with angular speed omega in clockwise direction. Now you have to tell in what direction B will be moving with respect to A, and what will be the angular speed of B with respect to A.
Will be omega clockwise, sir.
In
Angle
what
speed of B.
direction and what and with what angular speed? And with what angular speed B is moving around A. No, yes, answer this.
Clockwise.
Clockwise or
Same angular
anti-clockwise?
speed, sir.
Clockwise, sir.
Speed is
It will
same,
also
sir.
be clockwise. Don't think that if it one is clockwise. See what students will think. They will think like this: that velocity of A with respect to B is along I cap. So velocity of B with respect to A will be opposite of it. Velocity of B with respect to A will be minus. No, not like that here.
No, sir.
Not this way.
Rotation we need
It will be
to.
same angular speed. It will be same angular speed, and you got it right already. So I am very happy to see that
Yes,
you are
sir.
already analyzing it in a proper way. If B with respect to A, let us think B is moving with respect to A in this side. Okay, B is moving in this side, then what is the angular speed coming out to be? It is coming out to be clockwise.
Yes, sir. VAB by R.
Now, with respect to B, this is velocity of B with respect to A. With respect to B, how A will be moving? That will be
Same
negative.
Clockwise only,
clockwise only, sir.
That
Both.
will be BA,
Clockwise
B will
only.
be this side. But again,
Clockwise
omega
only.
comes out to be clockwise. Yes, omega will
Yes,
remain
sir.
clockwise.
Same. Because radius
Omega
is same,
remains-
also.
Because we can say that R also relative position also gets inverted. So if velocity gets changed, velocity gets reversed here. VAB is opposite to minus VBA, but same way is RBA. Position vector of B with respect to A is also opposite to position vector of A with respect to B. So
Yes,
therefore,
sir.
effect on omega is again same. Omega does not change in direction. Magnitude wise and direction wise, in both ways, it is same only.
Same.
Correct. So you understood it. So see how many formulae we got for this. 2 formulae we got. 2 formulae. I told you 2 or 3, 4 formulae. 2 for velocity and 2 for acceleration. But I did
Acceleration.
not tell you for velocity. For velocity, I did not tell you properly. I should tell properly. Velocity of A with respect to B along the perpendicular axis, that is equal to R omega. But what is velocity of A with respect to B in parallel axis direction? That is 0.
Zero only, no,
Why is
sir.
it 0? Why is it 0? Because the distance between A and B is not changing.
It's
If the
constant.
distance
It's
between
Relative
these two
position is
remains
same.
constant,
Yes, sir.
Constant.
if the distance between these two remains constant, then the velocity of A with respect to B along the line joining AB should be 0. By constant relation also we can say. It is coming because of constant relation. Velocity of A with respect
Yes,
to
sir,
B
0.
along parallel direction is 0 because of constant relation.
Along same line, it will be 0
Because of, yes, along same line it will be 0 because of constant relation.
equation.
But don't apply this wrong constant relation for parallel direction. Notice, it is true for velocity, but it is completely wrong thing to say for acceleration. For acceleration along
Acceleration,
parallel
sir.
direction also, we have
V square by R.
omega square R. We have or V square by R. we are
Centripetal
having.
acceleration.
Centripetal and force will be
That we
not,
are
sir.
having, so that we cannot put 0. Can we put acceleration of A with respect to B along parallel direction 0? Only in one case, when VAB will be 0. And when VAB will be 0, VAB will be 0 when the body, rigid body is not rotating, but it is just translating.
Translating.
So for
Yes.
translatory motion, then I can add one more point here now. For translatory motion, of a rigid body. What do we mean by translatory motion? Translatory motion is that motion when velocity of all points on the body, when
Same,
velocity of
sir.
not just A
Is
and
in
B,
same direction.
any velocity, any
point.
VA, VB, any point, if actually two are same, then I can prove that all other points will also have same velocity. I can prove it. If just two are same, you give me 2 points and you give me a rigid body and planar motion. If two bodies are moving in a plane and they are 2 points of those in that body are moving in the same velocity in the same plane, then all other points have to move with same velocity only. Otherwise, let us say this is a point C, which we suspect is not moving with same velocity. If it is moving with lesser speed, let us say VC, then what will happen? Then this triangle joining by ABC, this triangle will get distorted if C does not move with the same velocity as A and B. So if A and B are moving with same velocity, then any other point has to move with same velocity. So therefore, for translatory motion of a rigid body, in a plane, just this condition is enough, that VA, any
Motion
2
of
points
every
you take,
particle.
and
VB equals to VC.
if any 2 points if you take and their velocities are equal in magnitude and direction, then any other point will automatically become equal. And we can also say then velocity of
Every
all
point is same.
points, velocity of all points on the body, on the rigid body is same. Velocity of all points
Rigid body is same.
is same. For translatory motion, this is the condition. All points must have same velocity. But this condition, similarly, this condition just finally is equivalent to one simple condition, that just take 2 points and take the motion to be planar motion. If motion is planar motion and there are just 2 points having same velocity, then all other points will automatically have same velocity.
Same velocity. Same direction also.
And that we can see from here also, we can say same thing from this equation. Centripetal acceleration will be 0. If a body is moving in a without rotating, then centripetal acceleration must be 0. If centripetal acceleration is 0, then velocity of B with respect to A must be 0. That we also we can
0.
see. Okay. So right. So what are the rigid body constant relations? Let me write down. Rigid body constant relations for planar motion, when the motion is in one plane, for planar motion of rigid body, when all the particles which we are discussing are lying in the same plane. I should take all the particles which we are discussing, they are lying in the same plane. Okay, and the motion of all the particles is always in the same plane. For that only we are discussing, and for that special case, we are getting these things: VAB parallel, VAB perpendicular, 2 points AAB parallel and AAB perpendicular. Parallel means parallel to AB, and perpendicular means perpendicular to AB. Parallel axis means parallel to AB, and perpendicular axis means perpendicular to AB. These are this. So we are getting, I think, from here easily now. This one and
parallel is R omega, sir.
AB into omega. This one.
Yes, sir.
This this AB parallel is not this.
Parallel is 0, sir. VAB
VAB
perpendicular is R omega.
AB.
AB parallel
This is
0.
AB into omega.
AB
What about
into
AB parallel?
Omega.
AB parallel
This
is
is
M
AB
V square by
into
R.
alpha.
AB perpendicular
one
is V
is,
square by R.
Omega square into
Omega square.
AB,
AB.
or
V
VAB square by
VAB square by R, or
R.
simply VAB perpendicular square by R. Same thing, because there is no parallel component, so net velocity is also just perpendicular only. This is also equal to
yes, sir.
VAB.
Sir, parallel means V square.
No,
Sir,
parallel
parallel
means
VAB whole square by R, no, sir.
Perpendicular is V. What are you saying? really?
Acceleration, sir. Acceleration.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, acceleration. I did wrong
V
here.
square by
Sorry.
R is
yes, sir.
refers.
Is right. This is equal to omega square into R, or I can say VAB square
AB
by
whole square
R.
by R.
R means AB, or I can say VAB perpendicular square by AB.
AB,
Same thing.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Here
sir.
R is AB. R means AB here. R means
Length.
AB, and AB perpendicular is, as you said, AB into alpha. So very good to see that you are understanding these things properly. It is nice. Wait a second. I think I have some. Okay. Hello. Anji, good morning.
Yes,
Anji, busy. Actually, I'm alone here in my house and with my child, and his telephone was ringing, so it was important. I had to answer it. Sorry for the disturbance. Anyway, let us continue. So, AB perpendicular is equal to AB into alpha, right? Next. So these are the rigid body constants, but this will also give us additionally certain kinematics relations we can get in this way also. For example, let us say I have one body here and another body here. Now these are two rigid bodies, but they are joined to each other with a pin joint. Pin joint P. Now, if I want to find out what is acceleration of A with respect to B, then I have this formula. Acceleration of A with respect to B, I will not directly find out because there is no constant relation between A and B direct. But there is a constant relation between A and P.
And
because
P
is a
and
common
P
point.
and P and B,
Plus
sir.
P with respect to B. I will always go by this
Yes,
way.
sir.
This way we can always get answer. Now A with respect to B, A relative to P is on the same rigid body.
Yes, sir.
A relative to P is on the same rigid body. So for that we can get. Similarly, P relative to B is also on the same rigid body. That also we can get. So we can get these two.
Number
70,
70
18,
18
74,
74
18,
18
59. Right. So then similarly for velocity also. Velocity of A with respect to P plus velocity of P with respect to B. Okay. Similarly for that. So how to find out acceleration of A with respect to P? They should give us some data. For example, angular speeds, omega 1 maybe, and maybe here given, let us say omega 2 this way. Can you do it now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
We can do it now. This is omega 1 of P point. Sorry,
Same
A
in
point with respect to P.
clockwise.
If I don't give this way, if I give you this way, if I give you this way, now what? Which direction I have given?
Minus
And what does it mean? What does this symbol mean? This symbol means I am observing
Opposite in
relative to
direction.
B and that of P. So I am observing that angular speed of this way. If I represent, then I am saying angular speed of P with respect to B. And it is in which direction? It is in which
anti-clockwise.
direction? It is in
Anti-clockwise.
anti-clockwise direction. And I am similarly thinking that if omega of P with respect to B is anti-clockwise, then I can also say that omega of B with respect to P will also be anti-clockwise. Will it be or not?
Anti-clockwise only, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
As I told you before, this will be equal.
Yes, sir.
So therefore I will make another diagram here. I will make for P this way. I will do, and I will write it as omega 2. Then I will understand that relative to P, B will be rotating in this way. Okay, so it is omega 2. That is also omega 2. These are same only, but these are different perspective. Here I am observing
Respect
in the
to P.
upper upper diagram I am observing with respect to P B. But with this diagram, if I am representing omega this way, it means I am observing P with respect to B. But we can do this thing. If this is given, that also is valid then, right? So,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
fine. This we are understanding. And from here, I think, can you now do this? Yes, you can do. Why? Because this we can take as x-axis. This we can take as y-axis. And then we can write the components properly. For example, let me do it now only. It will become omega 1 square into AP. Direction along minus I cap.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then plus, what about other one will be omega 2 square into BP
into J
and
cap.
direction along
J cap. J cap.
Simple. So this will be the net acceleration of A with respect to B. We are able to get it so easily.
Yes.
Alpha is not given. If alpha is given, will it make the problem tough? Then also problem is easy. Whether alpha is also given, then also problem will be much easier and we can get that also. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. So this is one example where two bodies are there and we are relating those two bodies with each other. Another example I can give, let us say this is a plank, and on the plank there's a body which is in pure rolling motion. What is pure rolling motion? I have to tell you. Pure rolling motion. Pure rolling motion means the motion in which there is no
Translate.
sliding. There is no relative slipping. It is just not translating. Rolling is not translating. Pure rolling means that they are moving in such a way, the way I gave you several times this example, that when the vehicle moves on the road, the tire does not slip on the road. It just rolls in such a way, so that this point and the point below it, the point A and point B, these are always having same speeds when they are making contact with each other. So the points of contact are having same speeds. The points of contact are having same speed always. That is the condition for pure rolling motion. If the points of contacts are having same speed, then how to what relations I can give about these now? Let us say it is given velocity of B is given as VB, plank is given as VP, velocity of plank, and this velocity of center of this is given as VC. Okay, so I can obtain the velocity of A with the, let us say with respect to C. This, what does it mean? It has angular speed omega. What does it mean? It means I know velocity of A with respect to C. A is here, C is here. Velocity of wave with respect to C I can obtain because they are
yes sir, omega into RAC sir.
Into omega.
Yes sir.
Direction will be what? Now because omega was clockwise. So C is the center and this is rotating clockwise. Then how the direction will be of A with respect to
minus I cap, sir.
Yes,
minus I cap.
But that is A with respect to C. But I already know that VC was also there. So I can say now what will be net velocity of
A is equal to VC
plus VC, which I can write as AC into AC is R.
Omega into I cap.
AC was R here, so I can write R. I can
or
write
omega
R
into minus I cap.
Minus I cap plus VC
VC into I cap. Yes sir.
This is VA.
VC
But
minus R omega I cap.
Also VP and VB are same because it is a plank which is just translating. The plank is just translating, it is not just moving forward. So I can say VP is equal to VB. And VP is equal to VB because it is just translating body, it is not rotating anywhere. So
VB equal to
VP I cap. And also because pure rolling is given. What do you mean by pure rolling? I told you pure rolling means that VB is equal to same as VA. Then there is relative speeds are same at the points of contact. So what does it imply then? It implies now that VP I cap is equal to VC minus
R omega I cap.
Then we are getting VP is equal to VC minus R omega.
Yes sir.
So we are getting one relation here. See, this relation we are able to obtain. This relation we are able to obtain. It is we should not remember this relation. We should remember the idea behind it. Idea behind it is coming from those constant relations only. See, if we know that constant relation properly, then we can get such kind of question also. That also we will be able to do easily. It appears tough question to many students. But for you, it will be very, very simple if you get this idea only that I have to analyze one body at a time. Once this body and next time this body. And by analyzing one body at a time, we can get the answers easily.
Yes,
similarly here also, first I am analyzing this body only, spherical body or cylindrical body. Then I am analyzing the second body. And then I am relating these two by the condition of pure rolling. In pure rolling, the
No slipping is there.
Pure rolling means no slipping. And no slipping means
that
velocity.
Topmost point. Bottom point.
Velocity of points of contact. Velocity of points of contact. Velocity of points of contact is same. That is what it means. But some students will now become over enthusiastic. What they will say, they will think that sir has told that velocity is same. So it means accelerations are also same at A and B. No, never ever do that. Accelerations and A and B are not same. See, I can give you a quick example by which you can understand why acceleration of B and acceleration of A is not same. Because velocity of B may be constant. If I say velocity of the plank is constant, the velocity of B may be constant. If velocity of B is constant, this point on the plank, then I can say that acceleration of B will be 0. But if acceleration of B is 0, does not mean acceleration of A is also 0. And we can see that A is not having 0 acceleration because A is not moving in a straight line path.
Yes.
A is having some cycloidal path. A will be moving something like this. How A will be moving? A will be moving in this way. Something in this way means, because you know A will be going up and down also. A will not remain in the ground only First A is here at near the ground. Then A will go up to what height? A will go up to height 2r.
Yes, sir.
Then A will come again touch
2r.
the ground. Then again it will go up to height 2r. So it is
2r.
going up and down. So the particle A is not moving in straight line. So its acceleration is not just 0. If its
Zero.
acceleration is always 0, then it will also move in a straight line path. But it is not
Straight
like
line,
that.
sir.
So therefore, acceleration of A with respect to B is not 0. If VAB is 0, does not imply that
A.
this will also be 0. So
Yes, sir.
this is for pure rolling. If it is pure rolling and A point is on one body and B point is on the other body and these are touching each other, then it does, these touching points will definitely tell us that A and B will be at rest with respect to each other, or A and B will be, relative velocity of A and B will be 0. This A and B are not, one more thing I want to say, clarify again. A and B are touching each other. Don't think A is above and B is below and there is a gap. No gap. They are just touching each other. A and B are just touching each other. A on one body and B on the other body. Is
They
it okay?
coincide, sir.
They are coinciding, we can say. They are coinciding. They are just
Yes,
at the
sir.
same place only. But soon, A will be moving somewhere else and B will be remaining on the ground only. And then another point will come in touch with the ground. Whichever
And
point
they
keeps on
too will
touching
have
with the
same
ground-
velocity, sir.
Yes, whichever point will keep on touching with that plank, that point will always have same velocity as that of plank. Simple logic. Okay. Is it understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
can ask another problem here. I can say this thing now. If I want to make it more complicated, or I should say, I don't call these as complicated. I normally say these will appear more complicated. This will also be same easy problem only according to me. I don't find this more complicated, and you should also not do that. But yes, if I want, I can modify it in such a way. So for some, it will appear much more complicated. Let's say this is a, not this way. Maybe let us make it a plank only. This is a plank, but this time, this plank is also rotating about some ground because of this hinge, and it is rolling on it. And it is also moving in this way. So now observe what happens here. Now if I
Then
say
we should study
plank,
this point.
then I should observe again these 2 points here. Again A
Yes,
and
sir.
B here. So
These
I
2
will observe
points
the
also.
motion of B. Motion of B I will observe with respect to hinge H.
Yes, sir.
And motion of A I will observe with respect to center C. So if center has certain velocity, then with respect to center, what happens to A? And means this way I have to analyze. So in this case, even B will also not have 0 acceleration. Is B point having 0
No,
acceleration?
sir. B is also rotating,
No,
sir.
sir.
Have a
B
continuous
has
Rotating, sir.
centripetal
Circular
acceleration.
motion.
Yes, sir.
B has
Yes, sir.
centripetal acceleration and A
Centripetal
may have some
acceleration.
other acceleration. A may have some other acceleration. B may have centripetal
sir.
acceleration. A may have some other acceleration. Okay. So normally in such cases, when such a question is given that A and B are just touching each other, then we say this condition also, that acceleration of B with respect to B is not 0, but we say it is 0 along tangential direction. We say that. But that is 0 in tangential direction. Tangential means along the tangent it is 0. They say like that. Along the tangent it is 0. So in this particular example also, along the tangent it will be 0 only. Along the tangent it will be 0. Along which side it will be 0? Along this direction.
House.
Along the tangent.
Tangent it is.
Along the
B is
plan.
also having no, sir, acceleration.
Why tangent? Why? When I have to but I have to think carefully. I am also trying to think more deeply. Can I really prove it with rigorous approach that along the tangent it will be 0 or not? Let me think and let me try to prove it now only in front of you. Let me see once. First of all, let us keep a plank there. Wait a second. Okay, let's say this is a plank here. And on the plank, we are keeping this some cylinder or disc or sphere. And this is moving with some velocity. P velocity of plank is Vp. And this point as before we see. And these 2 points, their relative tangential acceleration, I am claiming, has to be 0. But how do I know that the relative tangential acceleration will be 0? I will have to prove it in another way. I will use another approach. I will first assume the plank is at rest, or I will assume the plank is just ground only. Plank is just ground only. And on the ground, the this sphere or the disc, whatever it is, this is rolling on the ground. In ground, it is easy to analyze because I don't have to take velocity of point P. And I know that acceleration of ground is 0 because it is not moving anywhere. It is just at rest permanently. So acceleration of this point B will be just 0 in this case. I want to prove that acceleration of A point, which is just touching B, will be also 0 along which direction? Along the tangent direction or
Tangential
along x-axis or
direction.
along let us call tangential axis to x. Along tangent it should be 0. How to prove it? So in order to prove it, I have to write, I think, I have to find acceleration of A as a function of time. And I have to say that when A becomes in the bottommost point and then its acceleration comes out to be 0. Slightly more complicated approach now, but I can achieve it easily. It will not be that tough task. See how I will do. I don't know what is acceleration of A, but I know acceleration of A with respect to C easily. Because I know it is just moving with angular speed omega, it has some velocity v, and I can find out acceleration of A relative to C. It is easy. And I also know what is acceleration of C. Do I know or not? I also know what is acceleration of C. Do we know or not?
Yes, C point.
Why we know? Because it is moving with, let us say, constant speed in a ground. It is given to us, it is moving with constant speed in a ground. So
Right,
no acceleration.
zero already.
It is just rolling with uniform speed. Pure rolling is given already, but pure rolling also given with uniform speed. I will prove it later on that when there is no external force acting on a body, then pure rolling will be possible with uniform speed on a rough surface also. So don't worry, there are situations by which we can have same speed. Right now, I don't want to go into dynamics. I don't want to say why it is a constant speed, but you assume it is given to us as constant speed, and angular speed is also constant. Then, by that, can I say that acceleration of C point will be 0 because the speed is constant? Yes, we can say it is 0.
Yes, sir.
If acceleration of C
Yes,
point is
sir.
0, then I can say quickly, now that whatever
S
acceleration of A
equals
we are
to
having, that
acceleration
is only acceleration of A with respect
with
to C.
respect
S, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
it is A and it is C. With respect to C, how A is moving? With respect to C, A is moving in a
Circular path.
circular path.
Circular.
And if it is moving in a circular path, then what will be the acceleration towards the C? What will be the
By
value of
Contributing
that?
acceleration.
Value will be omega square into R. And will there be
sir.
any tangential acceleration? Tangential
No,
acceleration
sir.
is possible,
Zero.
but possible when omega changes. But here omega is constant. If omega is constant, d omega by dt is 0. D omega by dt is 0. Alpha 0. Alpha 0, then
Alpha
no
zero.
tangential acceleration.
No
If
tangential.
no tangential acceleration, then I can say acceleration of A with respect to C is just omega square R along y axis j cap, along our vertical axis, along y axis. Nothing along x axis. If it is just this simple acceleration, then I can say now acceleration of A along x or along tangent, or along x, that was 0. So I'm able to prove that acceleration of A along the tangent was 0. And I also already know that acceleration of B was also 0 along the, in the ground also it was 0. So I can say that acceleration of A with respect to B along x was 0. Because it is nothing but, it is AA along x minus AB along x, and AA 0, AB x 0. So this is coming out to be 0. So are we able to prove or not? Say, have we proved it or not?
Yes, sir.
We are able to prove that acceleration of A with respect to B, at least for our case of upper case of ground, it is
Uniform
true.
speed.
But now somebody will think that how is it true for the case of Planck? Then I will give another logic now. I will say always we can start analyzing in the frame of Planck. If I analyze in the frame of Planck, then with respect to me, Planck will come like ground only. It will come to rest. It will be like a ground, and this speed will be changed from VC to VCP, which will be just VC minus VP. But that again will be analyzed in the same way. This will be our new velocity V, and then our answer will again remain same with respect to Planck. Its acceleration will again come out to be 0. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
So with respect to Planck, the acceleration of the with respect to that these 2 points of contact, their relative acceleration along the tangent should be 0. For which cases, at least for the case of cylinder on the Planck.
Pure.
Now, if you want to analyze in more depth, then I am thinking, is it still valid if I take this thing? I don't know. I have not analyzed it before. I will try to do it now only, and I will see whether it is valid for this case or not. If I have a cylinder here, and I have another cylinder on it, under it, and these two cylinders are rolling in such a way, it is rolling with, upper one is moving with angular speed omega 1, and lower one is moving with angular speed omega 2, and they move in such a way so that the upper one always remains at the top of the lower one. The center of upper one remains at the top of the center of lower one, and this is a pure rolling. There is no relative slipping here. Can I still say this point A here and this point B here, their
Same
relative
velocity,
acceleration along
sir.
the tangent will be 0? I think I can still prove that the relative acceleration along
Yes,
the tangent
sir.
will still be 0. I can still
0.
prove it. We can still prove it. But now I'm changing it again, and I'm saying this thing. If I say it is also on a surface like this, can I still say now? It is becoming
No,
difficult
sir.
to analyze now. It is now having this acceleration. B will have some acceleration in this direction, right? can
Yes,
B have
sir.
some horizontal acceleration also? Whether their relative tangential acceleration will remain 0 or not, here I am finding it again tough to prove in this case. Will it be 0?
It's
Will not
looking
be
like snowman, sir.
Snowman, yes, it is looking like snowman, right? It is looking like snowman. So in this snowman, A and B, these points will have relative tangential acceleration 0 or not. Although I have this gut feeling that probably it will still be 0. But gut feeling is one thing, and being able to prove it rigorously is another thing.
On what
Acceleration
point
of
are you
A,
saying, sir?
these A and B which are touching each other, no? These points here, these.
Sir, if we just take it.
Based on what
Region,
point
sir.
are you saying relative velocity is 0?
But
With respect to
relative
what
velocity
point?
0 because they are rolling with respect to each other. So relative velocity is 0.
Pure rolling.
That we already know. That is given to us. That we are not going to prove. It is given that this body is rolling on the other body, and relative velocity is already 0. But I am saying, can we still say by that also that relative acceleration also will be 0? And in which direction? Along tangential
On the
direction.
tangential direction.
This is, I'm not 100% sure in such cases also will it be 0 or not. I'm being little suspicious. I'm being little suspicious, but although I have a gut feeling that it will be probably 0 only, but gut feeling is one thing and being able to prove rigorously is another thing. No? I think it will be 0 only.
Sir, if we see in favor of B means it becomes simple.
It will be 0 only. Yes, it will be 0 only. Anyway, but fine, no need to go into that much also. But this much we understand, at least this much is enough for us, that if this is the case, then definitely the relative tangential acceleration is 0. Or we can in general also say that relative tangential acceleration during pure rolling of one body on the other body, the relative tangential acceleration will be 0. During pure rolling without slipping, we can say. Although when we say pure rolling, then it automatically means that there is no slipping. But sometimes they say it's like this: during pure rolling without slipping also they add. But it is same thing. During pure rolling without slipping is also same thing. So this thing also we can remember now. One more point to be remembered. Tangential acceleration will be 0. Okay. Fine. So we have understood all these things. One thing I would like to take here, one example I would like to take, that is of motion not confined to one plane. Motion which is not confined to one plane. I would like to take that one now. Let us say I have a body which is rotating with angular speed omega, and this is omega 1 and this is omega 2. Means the axis of this disk is rotating with angular speed omega 2 about y-axis. About y-axis. And this axis itself lying along x-axis, and this x-axis is rotating with angular speed omega 2 about y-axis, but the disk is rotating about x-axis with angular speed omega 1. Disk is rotating about x-axis with angular speed omega 1. Is it, the situation is understood or not? Let me make it better diagram only why I am doing it in this way.
It's along horizontal circle, every point it moves with angular velocity omega.
Y-axis, and this is x-axis. This x-axis is also the axis of the disk, and it is disk. This disk is rotating about this axis, this body axis of this, with angular speed omega 1, and this is rotating further. This axis is further rotating about y-axis with angular velocity omega 2. Is the situation clear at least now? The point is now, for example, I can ask you about acceleration of A with respect in the ground frame. Or I can ask you again how to do acceleration of A with respect to C and acceleration of C with respect to P. Means first I will think what happens with respect to this, and then I will think what happens with respect to this. This is how we will analyze it. Is it okay?
Yes,
we can still get the answer. From here also we can get the answer. So it is again two relate, means A with respect to C and C with respect to P.
VAC plus VCP.
But I have another question here. I want to ask. It is given that omega is constant, omega 1 is constant, and it is also given that omega 2 is also constant. But what I want to ask you, find angular acceleration of disk. Find the angular acceleration of disk.
Velocity, if you know, we can find it out.
Can you find out the angular acceleration of disk?
Yes, sir.
Magnitude
That
into
one
minus r cap.
Minus
But
direction.
omega
Yes,
1
sir.
is constant already. Then we are left with d by dt of
Minus
minus
r cap.
also r cap only, or minus is also outside, minus outside. That will be the alpha. So see, angular acceleration is there. That is not because of that is not because of the changing omega's magnitude, but that is because of changing omega's direction.
Direction,
What is
sir.
dr by dt? What is dr by dt? If you want to find that, just remember something from the circular motion classes.
Yes, sir. Omega
That
in
I,
tau cap.
yes. Why you remember it, boy? You remember it. You are understood. See, I am really happy to see that happens. If you are able to get along with my classes after a few days, you will start talking like me only. Really, I am really very happy to see this. You are able to say this thing now. See, this is r cap. Let us say, and then this will be equal to minus r cap here, and this is r cap here, and then derivative of r cap. This is theta. I'm not deriving it again, but now
Running through
go back
90
to that
degrees.
derivation. It is tau cap, I think, right?
Yes.
Not tau cap, minus tau cap. It will be, I think, minus tau cap, I think, right? Because it is already minus r cap here. No, but I'm asking derivative of r cap in this. If I'm asking r cap,
Yes,
then it
sir.
will be this thing. Its derivative will be this side only, and that will be tau cap direction only. So it will become. And one more thing, it is rotating with this about this axis with angular speed omega 1 or omega 2. This vector is rotating with angular speed omega 2.
Omega
Axis
2.
is omega 2. Then it will become minus omega 1 into omega 2 into tau cap.
Okay.
Minus omega 1 into omega 2 into tau cap. That is alpha. But here there is no tangential vector given tau cap. So tau cap will be unknown quantity in this. I cannot give answer in terms of unknown quantities. So I have to give answer in terms of omega 2 and omega 1. Now I have one very smart idea to get the answer in terms of these two. How? Omega 1 is pointing along, omega 2 is pointing along j cap direction. And this is, let us say, along I cap direction. And I want to find along this k cap minus k cap, I think. This is x axis. This is y axis. My tau cap will be into the plane. And that will be along.
Minus K only.
Minus k cap. So how to find minus k cap in terms of x and y? I can write I cap cross. No, not I cap cross. I can write j cap cross I cap will be equal to minus k cap. Is
Minus
it right
K
or not?
cap. Yes, yes, sir.
But j cap is also not given and I cap is also not given. But that we can write actually. How? Because j cap I can
Omega
write is
2.
omega 2 cap.
Cap. Yes, sir.
And I cap 1 cap. And
Minus-
omega 2 and omega 1 are given. So I can write, so then I can write minus of, what should I do now? I can write it as omega 2 cap, omega 2 vector total. Omega 2 vector total
Into omega 1 vector.
into omega 1 vector. I think that only omega 2 cross omega 1. But minus was already there outside, so minus is also there. Then I ended up getting it as, I think, omega 1 cross omega 2. Is it right? Or I'm doing omega 2 cross omega 1 or omega 1? Let me check once again. I think right only. Omega 1 cross omega 2. That is it. Omega 1 cross omega 2 will be the answer. Right or not?
Here tau cap is omega bar. Once scroll upwards, sir. The
Yes.
diagram. Omega 2 cross omega 1, I think so, sir.
Omega 2 cross omega 1.
J
Let
cap.
me check once again.
J cap cross
We
I
know
cap.
finally
we are doing.
direction should be along k cap, right? At last. That we know already.
Yes, minus K cap.
At last. Wait a second. How are you getting minus k cap?
Before you say.
Minus k cap it is, right? If it is minus k cap, then I should write it as omega 2 cross omega 1. But there was already one minus sign outside also. This minus r cap it is. That minus was already outside. This minus is already outside. So minus of omega 2 cross omega 1 will become omega 1 cross omega 2.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right only, I think. Let me check once again. I want to verify it properly. Omega 2 cross omega 1. Omega 2, omega 1. No, wait a second. Something is wrong here again. I think. Let me do it again properly.
Then we get minus k cap, sir.
What is it here? Minus of omega 1 into omega 2 into omega 2 into tau cap. Huh?
Okay. Okay, yes, sir.
That I can write as minus omega 1 into omega 2 into tau cap. I can write as omega 2 cap cross r cap.
Okay.
Right? Omega 2
Yes, sir.
cap cross r cap. Omega 2 is outwards. Omega 2 is outwards. If I take omega 2 cross r, you can use the vector relation to find out whether it is correct or not. See, omega 2 is pointing towards me. Omega 2 is dot. It is pointing towards me. And r cap is this side. So omega 2 cross r cap will be in this direction only. Along the tau cap only. Omega 2 is pointing towards me. It is upwards. It is out of the plane. So if I take a plane out, if I take a vector out of the plane and I take the dot product, cross product of that with r cap, then it will be pointing along the
It
tangent.
will be an x-axis of them.
Yes, sir. No,
And
it
otherwise
will
also we
change
remember-
its direction.
Let me give you a very quick way to remember this thing. Very quick way to remember. This is r vector. Do you know everybody knows what is dr by dt? That nobody will forget. Velocity.
Yes, sir.
And everybody knows also, everybody knows that the velocity is along tau cap. So I know that if I want to find dr cap by, means I can say dr cap by dt, dr cap by dt will be equal to, dr cap by dt will be equal to, dr by dt will be equal to tau cap. That will be equal to v cap. That will be equal to v cap. Right?
So
So,
dr cap by dt omega into tau cap.
Oh, sorry. Yes, omega also is there. Sorry, omega into tau cap. This we can also write as omega cross
R bar.
r bar. So therefore, if it is r cap, then it will become omega cross r bar also, r cap also. If it is r cap, if I want to write d by dt of r cap, it will become omega cross r cap. So similarly, here I can write just omega 2 cross r cap by that relation only. So then we are getting this thing as finally minus omega 1 into omega 2 cross r cap. But omega 1 into minus r cap, omega 1 into minus r cap was omega 1 only. So finally, I can multiply this omega 1 with minus r caps, and it will become omega 2 cross
omega 1
only. So it will be omega 2 cross omega 1 only. Okay. Because minus omega 1 into r cap was actually equal to omega 1 vector. So this minus omega 1 gets multiplied with r cap inside, and then it will become omega 1 vector only. So omega 2 cross omega 1 is equal to this angular acceleration. Simple. We can remember this result here. In fact, in general, we can remember this thing. In general, we can remember this thing that whenever a body is rotating with some angular speed omega, then any vector, not a body, any vector, if it is there, whether it is force vector or it is angular momentum vector or it is linear momentum vector or any other vector which you have not known before, the rate of change of that rotating vector, rate of change of a rotating vector will always be equal to omega cross times r, where omega is the rate at which it is rotating. So this r may not be position vector, it may be force vector, it may be momentum vector, it may be velocity vector, it may be angular velocity vector. This is a general relation. It will always be valid. Dr by dt is equal to omega cross r, even if r is not a position vector, even if r is any other vector. For example, in our present question, r was not position vector, but r was angular velocity vector omega 1. But omega 1 was rotating with what angular velocity omega 1 was rotating? Omega 1 was rotating with angular velocity omega 2. So it should become omega 2 cross omega 1. Understood?
Oh, okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So directly means we should remember just one relation, and that from here only we will apply always by analogy. I will say r is equivalent to omega 1, and here omega is equivalent to omega 2. So
Omega
whatever
2,
relation we are
yes,
having here, same relation we will get from that. D omega 1 by dt we can write as omega 2 cross of omega 1. This way we can do. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Next we have one example I can take here, in which if I have rolling disc, no, not disc, cone, rolling cone, and I should say pure rolling cone. If it is pure rolling cone, first question is only, what is the direction of net angular speed of the rolling body? In which direction do we have instantaneous angular speed of the rolling body, rolling cone? So at any instant, this rolling cone, okay, wait a second, I think I'm going a little far. Before that, I should discuss something called as instantaneous axis of rotation. Let me discuss that thing first. IAOR, instantaneous axis of
This is again one plane.
rotation. Instantaneous axis of rotation we can define for body, whether it is rolling in one plane or not in one plane. We can define for both cases. First, I'm defining for the case when it is just in one plane only, planar motion. How to find instantaneous axis of rotation? And what does instantaneous axis of rotation mean? It simply means that at any instant of
E
time,
omega by dt.
at any instant of time, if a rigid body is, let us say, rotating, it is rotating and as well as translating also, means it is rotating as well as it is moving with some velocity v, and it has rotating also. We have a theorem which states that at any instant of time, the velocity of all the points on the rigid body can be obtained by just assuming it to be in pure rotation about another point, which may not be on the body, which may be sometimes outside the body also. But velocity of all the points can be obtained in terms of just pure rotation about any point, either inside the body or outside the body. It is in pure rotation about P, pure rotation about point P.
P is
Now-
moving with velocity vc.
What?
Oh, nothing.
For example, if you take some irregular shaped body and you throw it in a projectile motion, and while you are throwing in a projectile motion, it is at the same time rotating also and moving also, rotating as well as moving, things like that. But although it is having such a complex motion, it is rotating as well as translating. But despite that, we can convert this complex motion into a simple motion always. I can find out some point P in the space about which all the points on this body will appear to be just in pure rotation about P point. That is interesting thing, and it simplifies the problem a lot. Means what is it saying? That at some point we can definitely find that point may keep on changing. Right now, this point may be here. After some time, the point may be somewhere else. Right now, this may be the point about which all the points on the body may appear to be in pure rotation about this point. So that point may keep on changing, about which this body will appear to be in pure rotation. Pure rotation means it will appear as if this body is hinged about this point and it is rotating about this point. Only for that moment. For that moment, it will appear like that. So that we can always do. We can always achieve something like that. Okay. So this simplifies the problem a lot, because if it is just in pure rotation, then the velocity at any point will be the distance up to that point multiplied by omega. We can get it easily. But how to find the location of that point P, which is serving as instantaneous axis of rotation? That we will find out this way. It is y-axis, it is x-axis, let us say. Let us say it has velocity VA and it has velocity VB. Then if I take a perpendicular to A here in this space and perpendicular to B here in this space, then I can simply write, let us say this is theta and this is L. This is L cos theta and this is L sin theta. Then I can say L cos theta into omega is equal to VA, and L cos theta into L sin theta into omega is equal to VB. I can say that. Means I can find out the point about which this body entirely appears to be rotating. There will be some point somewhere in space about which this body will appear to be rotating for sure. The point may not be lie on the body. It may be somewhere outside. For example, this is the point here. So how to locate the instantaneous axis of rotation? To locate the instantaneous axis of rotation, what we are going to do? We will be just taking a,
Two perpendicular.
yes, two perpendicular velocity. We will take VA, and then another point has velocity VB. Drop perpendicular to this, drop perpendicular to that, and where the perpendiculars meet, that point will be the instantaneous center of rotation. Once I know the instantaneous center of rotation, now you give me any other point P which is at a distance R, and you ask me to find out its velocity. I can tell its velocity also quickly, R into omega. R1 into omega for P1, R2 into omega for P2.
What is R1, sir?
Distance from P1 to P.
Still,
Omega 1, sir.
Omega we can get by knowing these distances, A to P distance and B to P distance,
Yes, sir.
and VB.
Yes, sir.
VB by
By
BP is equal to omega, or VA by AP will also be omega.
again,
how to
we
get
want
omega?
P point we want now, sir.
Omega we can get this way also. VAB by AB is equal to omega.
Yes, sir.
So omega we know already. BP we can get from here, from B at what distance it is, and it will be perpendicular to that line. And so where it will be, I can locate that point exactly. Can we locate that point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can exactly locate that point. Okay.
Sir,
Sir.
what are P1,
Yes, sir.
What?
P1 and P2, sir?
P1 and P2 are some other points. I said once we are able to find out omega, etc., then give me any point on this body, any point, random point. Just give me the distance up to that point. R3, P3 at a distance R3. I said I can now determine velocity of any point on the body. That will be just R2 into omega, R1 into omega, and R3 into omega, and so on. Okay.
Sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Because once we know that P is acting as a center of rotation, then now you give me any point and you say what is the velocity of that point. I will join that point with this. I will find out the distance and I will say R into omega.
First we have to find omega, no, sir.
Omega we will find by this way. Already you know the formula for
Yes, sir,
finding
yes, sir.
omega.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
After knowing omega, just after knowing omega, we will locate the point P. How to locate the point P? Either by this formula above here, either by this formula or by this formula. By these two, we can locate the point P. Okay. After locating the point P, we can find out the velocity of any point on this body now. Is it
Into
okay?
that distance is called.
Yes,
Into
into that. So
Omega into the
how to locate the instantaneous center of rotation? Instantaneous center of rotation, as I think this point also I have discussed somewhere before. I don't know, but I think I have discussed slightly somewhere. Have I discussed it already or not? Or is it first time?
It also already.
Did I discuss? I think I told it already, right? I told it already.
So in circular
And
motion, I think that's it.
In circular motion,
motion.
I don't leave such things there. In circular motion also, I tell all these things. So here, this thing here, this thing here, this is the point here. And if it is pure rolling, then this point on which is at rest on the body, that will be instantaneous center of rotation. Time is over. I think remaining thing we can discuss tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is 12:40.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
then, okay, then good luck for your exam today.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.